everybody, and welcome to Houston Life on this Tuesday, May 26th. Courtney, how you doing?
I'm sorry, I'm here.
It's going to be a great show, I promise. We're all just a little sun-kissed after the weekend, and it's so great to see you there at home. Courtney, how's everything going?
Hi, friend. How are you? Listen, I'm just going to tell you right now, I am here. I was turning up the volume in my earpiece. It's for some reason, it was really low, and I was just trying to, see what was going on. Ate a little lunch while I was waiting for us to reunite again. So here we are.
Okay, well, you had more to eat than I did today. I just had a couple cups of coffee. You know, after a 3-day weekend, I always feel like I need to detox, and you wake up that next morning and you say, okay, I'm only eating salads for the rest of my life, and I'm only having water.
Eating carrot chips.
Yeah. And then somehow by Tuesday afternoon, we're doing Houston Life Wine Club, and it all goes out the window, right? That is what we're doing today after the show, right? Wine Club on Zoom. It
is. I know. I feel like we need to update the people because, the people have spoken, Derek. The people have spoken. They want more wine from us. So we are giving people. That's what we do, right? We are givers. And so we created this wine club, and everybody's invited. But it's going to be on Wednesdays. So tomorrow is the wine club, and we are going to have so much fun with this. Did you love it, the first edition?
Wine Club Wednesdays. So a lot of this is news to me that it's now a Wednesday thing, but I love that. And we did the first Wine Club taping, if you will, one day after the show. We got together with one of our favorite sommeliers, and we did all wines under $14, 3 different bottles, right? So white, rosé, red, and it's sort of a trip around the world, and that's airing tomorrow. But Courtney, yeah, it sounds like this might be a regular thing we're gonna do.
That's what winos do. So if people are asking and the crowd wants it, we will give it to them. We are givers.
Yeah, we will deliver it. Hey, I know AJ, your 9-year-old son officially turned 9 over the weekend. So how's your quarantine celebration?
You know what? It was awesome. He woke up, he was so excited. And I told him, I said, it's the oldest you've ever been.
Well, I love his outfit.
Right? His outfit is very cool. So you know what's so cute is I think I've said this to you all before. I started this whole breakfast decoration and donuts. And a lot, the glasses, the necklace, the hat, a lot of these decorations there are things that I've accumulated over the years. But I started this probably, 10 years, 11 years ago. And because Connor was going to wake up one Saturday or Sunday morning on his birthday, and I wasn't going to be there. And so, because I had to work. And so I just wanted to make sure that he knew that I knew that that day was special. It was his birthday, and I will see him soon. So now this tradition, when they go to bed the night before their birthday, they're like, when's the setup? Like, when, don't forget, I can't wait for my donuts tomorrow. It's not that they're expecting it, but I think it's so cool. And hopefully one day when they have children, they will do that for them. But that little thing that I didn't think really was that big of a deal. It's just meaningful for them, and it really makes me happy. And I can't believe he's 9. It's so weird when, the last of single digits. And but he had a great day. He had chocolate chip pancakes after those donuts. Talking about needing to detox. We have just been eating our way through this birthday weekend. But he had a great time. He had so much fun, and he just said it was the best day ever. And the next day, Monday, when he woke up, he was like, okay, so it's still my birthday. And we're like, no, actually it's not.
Oh, wow. Really? Did he really think that, or he was trying to sort of dupe you into a second birthday celebration the next day?
Yeah, I think he was just looking for some more, festive pancakes or something, for him to say, well, it's my birthday. I can choose the lunch. I can choose the dinner, that kind of thing. So, and we said, no, that was yesterday. So you get one day where it's your day,
One day, but I believe in celebrating all week long or even all month long.
That is
and especially true. As you age and your people, you know, your social circle maybe grows a little bit, and maybe your family and your friends, your loved ones can't be all together in the same place at one time. I think it's nice to continue the celebration. Plus, we believe in celebrating all year round. So every morning when we wake up, I wish Brandon a happy birthday, just in case. You know, it starts the day off. Starts the day off. It's really an exciting thing to do. You guys should try it at home. Wasn't it Frosty the Snowman? Every time he came back to life, he would say happy birthday, right?
Yes. Yeah. Happy birthday, right? Or happy birthday. You're right.
Yeah.
Love me some Frosty.
Yeah, memories. Sorry, I am a little punchy today. I didn't sleep well. Did the thunder wake you up this morning? It was really freaking me out. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
It like shaking the house, right? And I kept thinking someone was in the house, because it was like, I swear I could feel the house moving every time the thunder would clap. That was really something.
Yes. So in the middle of all of that, Oscar, my third son, at 5:55 this morning, he started yelping and crying, and I thought, you have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. You need to go out now at 5:55 in the morning. He did. He needed to go use the restroom. But apparently he had a little bit of a tummy ache. And yeah, he ended up throwing up. Sorry for everybody eating lunch.
What?
And yeah, he had like shards of wood. I don't know where that came from. And a cap from a water bottle. He threw up.
Oh no, that's such a bummer.
Yeah.
And you know, no matter how much you watch a brand new puppy, they always find things to chew on that they should not. Oh no, I'm sorry that happened.
I know. But you know, he went on his walk and just, you know, was happy as could be. But who knows? 5:55, had to wake up. That's a little early in my book. I mean, I used to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to go to work, but 5:55 these days, when you haven't set an alarm ever in the last 3 months, 5:55 is early.
That is early. Well, I hope he's feeling better. That's a bummer. Stay away from those bottle caps. So we went down to Galveston for the weekend, and I'm so glad we did. We rented a little house, and it was such a nice little getaway. I think it took us 45 minutes to get there. No big deal on the drive down, no big deal on the drive back. Yeah, there's Brandon on the phone with his mom sipping, that's coffee, not wine. And it was so nice. We went out and we walked and walked. There's Brandon smelling some oleander. The oleander, the magnolia trees. We walked by the Moody Mansion. One of my favorite parts of going down to Galveston is just the rich history. And it was just so nice to get out and walk. And I know that we had this like end of the world weather prediction for the weekend. And other than some heavy rain on Saturday nights, which kind of flooded the streets, it was beautiful down there. It was so, so nice. And we walked down to the Strand. It was a little crowded for my taste. There's a magnolia tree that Brandon is standing underneath. I didn't realize that it is the state flower in Louisiana, and the bloom sort of smelled like a citrus bloom. And we stood under this tree, just letting that fragrance waft down. It was so, so nice. It makes me want to plant a magnolia tree in our yard. It was absolutely beautiful. But we walked over to the Strand. We got some to-go margaritas right there, because why not?
Because we can. That's why.
It was a little crowded for my taste, but I'm not sure, Courtney, if you've noticed my T-shirt today, but I'm very proud of this. This cat.
Wait, I have to look this way.
Yeah, okay, look over. I know your monitor's on a delay. What do you think? Right here, I'll stand up so you can see a little more.
I love it.
So I went to one of these places on the Strand. The shirts are like, sorry, I'm hitting my mic there. The shirts were, I think, $9 or something. Okay. And then you choose the decal that you want to put on your shirt, and it's $3. So for like
this is like a hot press?
It's a hot press, and within minutes, you have this custom magic. Can you believe?
Oh my word, I can still smell it. I remember doing that as a kid, those like T-shirt places.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, and I know Galveston is like just down the road. I like playing tourist in my own city sometimes, and you know, Galveston is an extension of, you know, our Houston family. Like, we're all living here in the same neck of the woods. But I said to Brandon, I want to go and get a souvenir T-shirt. This is a 3-day weekend. Yep. We haven't been away in months. Let's go and do this. He sort of looked at me strangely, but fully supported the idea, and I was so happy to choose this kitten. There were 3 cat options, so I think I might have to go back and get another one. $13, can you believe?
Were there any? I feel like I need a unicorn one. Like the unicorn one for a pressed T-shirt just seems like it's magical, doesn't it?
Yeah, you know, I should have taken a picture of all the options that they had. They had a million. So next time, if there's a unicorn shirt, I'll hook you up. I'll get one made. And I know I said we weren't going to be buying anything, but I figured $13 was just kind of a nice, a reasonable amount to spend. And so I broke my little no buying anything for the rest of my life pact. But I'm back to not buying anything now.
For the rest of your life.
not buying anything. Not even toilet paper. You can make your own. Have you seen that YouTube video? It's very effective.
Oh, let's not do that. I'm going to say that you can buy toilet paper. That's a necessity.
It is a necessity. You know? So if you guys watched Houston Life yesterday, you probably saw our interview with Simon Cowell. And tonight on NBC, it's a big night of premieres. Today, folks, we have Derek Hough on the show. He's, of course, one of the judges.
I know.
The show is such a fantastic show. It's called World of Dance. Neo, J-Lo, Derek Hough. And we're going to get to that interview a little later on in the show. But it got us thinking today, Courtney, about our viewers' talents. We love hearing from you, as we always remind you people to use your words, Courtney, the people. Love hearing from the people. And we want to know what your hidden talent is. It could be anything. I know singing and dance, like those are maybe some of the most popular choices, but please let us know, send us your photos, and I think that question is already up on our Facebook page because I can hear the dinging on the computer. The submissions are coming through. So let us know what your talent is, and maybe we'll share your photo on the show. But Courtney, doesn't it make sense that you would share your hidden talent with us today?
I know, but I don't really have, I don't have a hidden talent. I really don't. I don't. I mean, I have like, you know, I was in dances and plays when I was little.
Yeah.
Like there's not really a great talent there, clearly, because that didn't last very long.
Look at this cute little outfit you have. That's a little holiday getup. So is that one of your dance outfits?
That was a dance outfit, yes. I mean, right there with the top hat, and of course, shockingly, it has fur collar and fur cuffs. I mean, you'd have to have that, right? Yeah.
It's very nice. I know.
Apparently, this was, I think my mom should probably clarify this, but I think right before this performance, I leaned into one of the nuns. This was a school performance, I think, and leaned into the nun keeping us in line backstage, and asked her if I had enough makeup on.
Oh.
I'm ready to go.
Well, let me let you in on a little secret, Courtney. The answer to that question is always no. It's always no.
Always add more.
No matter who you are, more is more.
More is more, baby. Absolutely. So, you know, and then, you know, shockingly, look at the little angel there. Not sure what production this one was.
Oh, wow. That's the...
Look at those bangs.
Yeah, they're nice. I think you should bring them back. Bangs are cool.
I know. Bangs are good. It's a lot of hair for me. I had the headband on pushing down the hair, so that worked in that photo.
I think bangs are really cool. I think maybe sometime you should bring them back. Maybe I'll comb mine down for the show one day. Well, I think your photos are very nice, Courtney. I'm sure you are a fantastic dancer, and I'm still waiting for you to do a performance. Maybe once you're back here in Studio B, you could treat our viewers to a dance performance.
I think so. Interpretive dance or something. I'm sure I can come up with some sort of movement.
Do you remember that time on the show? You were brand new. You had just started at Houston Life, right? After you're making your comeback to Channel 2. And it was in this studio. So Studio B, the Houston Life set, this is a sound stage. And without the set here, it's just a studio, bare studio wall. If you've seen some of my recent Facebook Lives on my KPRC page, I've shown you like the thick soundproof material. So early on in Houston Life, when you joined us, Courtney, remember we reenacted a So You Think You Can Dance right here on the studio floor. There was a lift involved. I lifted you and everything. It was great.
It was so good. I remember that was so funny. and the tight shot. So the thing is, what people need to understand about you, Derek, and I hope they know this, like, you have the background in theater, in acting, in the arts. I mean, I don't. When you do these things, I literally look at you because I'm freaking out about it, and I just say, just tell me what you need me to do. Because I just have to surrender, but I need you to tell me, just stand here and be silly, stand here and look stupid, whatever this is, you just need to tell me what to do, because I can't just do it. You know what I'm saying? You have such the vision, and I have never laughed so hard in my life when we did that beautiful performance.
That was a beautiful performance. I was laughing so hard I almost dropped you. And thank you for trusting me in my weirdness. Put on this wig and stand over there and just, you know, wave your arms around and do something. I think we have a couple pictures from when I was in high school. You know, I was the pirate king in Pirates of Penzance, or Penzance, depending on how you want to say, which is a totally weird show. I think Kevin Kline did the movie a while back, but I was very, very serious.
You.
Oh yeah, I took my role very, very seriously. The headband, the hair. There I am, playing a country boy in another show. Yeah, I did all the school plays and some talent shows. I was in a little quartet, and all the other guys in the quartet, so the other three guys, they hated me because they were worried that I was going to steal their girlfriends. And oh yeah, it got really ugly. So many things I could say about that, but we're out of time. We got to talk about today's show. And we already mentioned we're chatting today with Derek Hough, one of the judges on World of Dance, which premieres tonight, brand new season on NBC. So along with fellow judges Neo and J-Lo, they're going to award the title of Best Dancer in the World. Courtney, maybe you should go for that title. There's a grand prize of $1 million. And there's a surprise twist in the audition process this season. Also, what this means for Derek finally seeing dance on the world stage, because you know, Courtney, he started dancing at 11, and he was bullied in school. Like, all the so-called tough guys called him all kinds of names, which we cannot say on television. And it's so great to see him doing so well and inspiring so many other people around the world.
I love his story. Y'all look so much alike. And in the famous song from Toby Keith, what I love to say is, how do you like me now? That's what Derek Hough is saying to all those people, right? Because now they're all fans of his. So glad he is standing. And I can't wait to see this interview. I'm a huge fan of him and the rest of the cast. Also coming up, guys, we're going to check back in with sweet Sarah Grace. You guys remember her. She's from Houston, semifinalist on season 15 of The Voice. Oh, I love her. She's going to share an update on homeschooling, of course, quarantining here in Houston, plus a performance of her new song, Funny You Ask, written right before the lockdown to help people find calm in this crazy world.
Oh, very nice. Looking forward to catching up with her. And we're also chatting about summer camps, Courtney. Many parents are left wondering what to do now that so many popular summer camps have been canceled, but there are still plenty of camps that are offering on-site sessions. Happy Campers founder and CEO Sabrina Miskelly joins us next to answer a few questions parents may have about campsite safety this year. That's next. Welcome back. This year, many popular summer camps have been canceled because of concerns over the coronavirus, and that has left many parents in a pinch. Happy Campers is a one-stop shop for parents to find the perfect summer camps and activities for their kids. Lauren Kelly and founder and CEO Sabrina Miskelly are here to tell us more.
So parents have had to transition from being teachers now to being camp counselors, but there is a way that they can still do some of those fun camp activities, either virtually or on site. Founder and CEO of Happy Campers, Sabrina Miskelly, joins us today. Thank you and welcome to Houston Live.
Thanks for having me, Lauren.
Why don't you go ahead and tell us what Happy Campers is?
Happy Campers is a one-stop shop for parents to find the best camps for their kids. So think of it as like Airbnb for camps. They'll be able to search for camps, search by age, by activity, by date, be able to find a camp, register, pay, and do everything in one place on this one website.
And that is what you came up with. You created this. How did you do that? that?
Yeah, so I was a working mom. I worked full-time. My husband works full-time, and we have two very energetic boys. And so in the summer, we needed camps. You know, we worked full-time, and they had to go someplace all summer long. And so I would spend my summers just searching and Googling and asking parents for good camps out there. And the process is a nightmare because the information is everywhere. And so hour after hour after hour I spent, and then I decided, you know what? I'm going to fix this for myself and all the other parents out there. And so that's how Happy Campers was born.
Well, thank you on behalf of all the parents out there. I know my sisters are going crazy trying to figure out what they're going to do. Now, a lot of businesses, of course, during the coronavirus have had to change directions a bit.
Yeah, so we did too. So like a lot of entrepreneurs and startups and small businesses, coronavirus hit, and you know, our product was actually still in development right now. And so when it hit, we had a road bump, and while we were waiting, I thought, well, my product's not out there yet. What can I do right now that will help parents? And so what we did is we just came up with this blog, and we started putting activities for parents who are staying at home. We took our Facebook page, and we just started putting all this information out there for parents who needed things to do with their kids or were looking for virtual experiences. And so basically we just pivoted. And so that's kind of what we're doing right now while we can get the software up and running.
Well, a lot of camps are closed this summer, unfortunately. And now parents don't really know what to do. Like, should they do the on-site camps that are open?
Yeah, so sadly there are some big camps like the Houston Zoo and the Grand Opera House and a lot of private schools who have decided to cancel their camps this summer out of precaution. But there are a lot of great in-person camps and virtual camps that are still available out there.
What are camps doing now to make sure that they're staying safe for these camps that are coming onto campus?
Obviously, they're taking extra precautions now. So they're reducing enrollment. They're doing health screenings. Some are requiring masks. They're doing social distancing and extra sanitizing, health screenings, and some are even delaying camps a bit. So don't just ask, are you doing social distancing with the kids? Ask how they're doing it. So for example, if your child is into theater, AD Players is still having their on-site camp in Christian Youth Theater. If your kid is into science, we've got Idea Lab Kids, Mad Science, and the Houston Museum of Natural Science is opening up. If they're into nature, Armand Bayou has a great camp. And then for athletes out there, you know, Rice has delayed a lot of their athletic camps, and those are really popular. But Albion has some soccer camps that they're doing in person too.
Now, Sabrina, they are parents out there that are still very hesitant to send their kids on site to different camps. Are there virtual camps that these parents can send their kids to as well?
Yeah, there are a lot of great virtual options. So I mentioned AD Players and Mad Science. So they have virtual options and they have in-person options. So you can choose whichever one you want on your comfort level. Houston Center for Photography is doing virtual camps. The Houston Ballet, the Houston Arboretum, Drama Kids, and then Crossing Borders is doing some language camps. So, and there are lots more that are coming online each and every day as each camp makes their decision of what they're going to do. So there are plenty of options.
Don't forget, you can always sign up for the newsletter at BeHappyCampers.com for the latest information, because I'm sure it changes daily.
Yes, changes daily, and we will keep it updated.
For more information, just log on to HoustonLife.tv.
Lauren Kelly and Sabrina Miss Kelly, thanks to you both. And we will be right back with a look at some of your hidden talents. If you haven't already, share yours on our Facebook page. We'll be right back.
It is now time for our Tip Tuesday with 1 hour air conditioning and heating of Houston. When it comes to your HVAC system, leave it to the pros at 1 hour.
Whether you are getting a tune-up, adding indoor air quality systems, or getting a brand new system altogether, you want to be sure you are using a professional licensed company, folks. Licensed, that is the key word. HVAC pros are trained to work on a variety of different systems and implement all safety measures when performing service on your system. And just like you wouldn't go to an unlicensed doctor for a checkup, you don't want to have an unlicensed HVAC company working on your costly home system, because that could lead to expensive problems and repairs down the road. If you'd like to learn more about the 1 Hour team, you can contact them at 855-1-HOUR. Very nice. All right, Courtney, let's chat about the artwork you have behind you today.
I know. It is my favorite time of the show. We get to shine a spotlight on our little artists who have been making my home studio so much prettier. And today we have first grader Catalina. She is the artist behind this beautiful piece, and I love it. I love the colors. I love her little artistic creativity, and it's definitely one of my favorites. Do you like it?
Beautiful. It's the colors remind me a little bit of sidewalk chalk, sort of those pastels used on the sidewalk. So nicely done. And let's get to some of our viewer comments. We asked you about your hidden talents. We got a bunch of submissions. There's Sharon on the screen right there. Sharon Briggs, painting is her therapy. Look at that. Very nice.
I know. She is very talented, by the way. And Katie chimed in saying, I'm an amazing cook. Butter and honey skin mashed sweet potato with brown sugar and homemade granola. We need to come over and eat some of that.
Wow. So that's a dessert dish, right? It must be.
Amazing.
It looks great. And Chuck wrote in with some great photos. Chuck, we love these. He learned piano and trumpet in grammar school. I played trumpet too, Chuck. Drums in high school and singing baritone in his college men's ensemble. Very nice.
Those are great photos. And Judy, she's a big fan of the show as well. She says, I make my granddaughter stuffed animals without a pattern.
What?
For the holidays. How cute.
That's adorable. Very talented, Judy.
Fantastic. I love it. And still to come, guys, we are checking in with local singer Sarah Grace. We love her. See what she's been up to since quarantine started with a special performance of her brand new song.
But first, Derek Hough takes us inside the new season of NBC's World of Dance. From the audition process to competing on the world stage, find out what it takes to earn that $1 million prize.
Access for this device is
all right, welcome back to Houston Life, everyone. It's meteorologist Justin Stapleton. Really good out there so far this afternoon. If you notice, that north wind has really cut the humidity back some. Those early morning storms that came rumbling through. Poor Courtney. That's a terrible story about the puppy. I hope everything's okay. Right now, we're looking at anywhere from the mid-80s out there. We've got still a couple of upper 70s as you get towards Navasota. Everybody else is sitting fairly comfortable. It's going to be a good afternoon, too. You want to do a little patio and Prosecco, I think you should be A-okay. That said, we're going to see a few showers that could develop as we get late into the afternoon, but I think anything that gets going is going to be real hard to get going because of that dry air that's getting pulled in. The low itself is slowly trying to move north, but we're still going to see more chances for showers and a few thunderstorms rumbling through tomorrow that could rumble our way through as well. And part of the reason why is because you've got a little bit of an extra lift in the atmosphere. Right now, we could see just a quick spark or two. I don't think it'll be much, and this may be overdoing it just a bit, but you get the idea. That'll wind down as we get in towards tonight, and then tomorrow afternoon into the overnight hours. Once again, we'll have to watch for another system that'll try to slide through for early Thursday. That said, we're actually slowly backing off the rain chances, so that's going to get the temperatures back up into the upper 80s as we get in towards your Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday, guys, back up to about 90 degrees. Don't forget, hurricane season starts officially on Monday as well. Right now, fairly quiet for us here. Let's hopefully we can cross our fingers and keep it that way as well. What I want to know is why, Derek, you did not get me an airbrush T-shirt with the screen print.
Dancers from all over the world will soon be hitting the stage for a chance to win $1 million and the title of Best Dancer in the World. NBC's hit dance competition series World of Dance is back for its 4th season, and here with a preview is Judge Derek Hough. Derek, it's good to see you, my Salt Lake City brother, and first of all, happy belated birthday. I know you just celebrated in quarantine, sort of like I did, but let's talk about the brand new season of this show. It's so much fun. And you have some surprises up your sleeve. So what can we expect?
Yeah, you know what? We're switching it up. We're switching it up this season, season 4. But it's exciting. You know, in the past, we've often said, you know, just to make it to the big stage, you know, is an accomplishment in itself. But we never really saw what happens before they make it to the big stage. So that's what this season is all about, where it's about showing that process, the audition process, the struggle, you know, taking away the audience, coming in this cool warehouse. And also, you know, it's kind of crazy. They don't know that we're going to be in there. So they think they're going to come in for their last audition with producers, and they're going to walk in, and we're going to be waiting for them. So we're kind of testing their nerve, testing their ready at any moment mentality. which makes for some really exciting moments that we haven't had on the show before in past seasons. So, and then after that, there's even more twists and turns, and it's crazy. So I'm really excited for people to see it.
And I know the dancers on the show, Derek, sometimes they're dancing by themselves, with a partner, or with an entire group. And I feel like one of the keys of being a great dancer, not that I know anything about this, is you guys make it look easy. You know this better than anyone, Derek, that in order to get to a level where you are competing in this arena, some of these people have spent their lifetimes getting ready for this.
Oh, yeah. I mean, literally their entire lives. And even if one of them is only 7 years old.
Wow.
Like, it's kind of funny, actually. The talent, and the different age ranges, it's amazing. It's incredible. And often, it's interesting. I find that, some of the younger talent, there's this no fear mentality. There's this complete and utter dedication. It's inspiring to watch. It's fascinating, and but it's always so much fun and so entertaining. And it's a great show to get around with the family around the couch, and and to watch, because also it's not just the dancing, it's the stories, it's the narratives, it's their backgrounds. It's really interesting to learn and to just get swept away with their stories, and just the enjoyment and the love and dedication of dance.
Derek, I also think it's really cool that you started dancing at 11 years old. I remember meeting you about 10 years ago at a friend's birthday party, and we were chatting about growing up in Salt Lake City. Back in the 80s, if you were a guy and you danced, it wasn't considered like the coolest thing, right? So do you consider yourself a role model? I'm sorry to put you on the spot here, but do you ever stop and think about how many other young people out there you have probably inspired to follow your passion, and not only follow your passion, but really make a pretty great career out of it?
I don't necessarily think about that as far as, who I might be, impacting in what way. I honestly, it doesn't really cross my mind often, but I will say that I do feel incredibly grateful. Just honestly for my opportunity that I personally had to share something that I love, and to have a platform to do it on for so long. And I'm honestly so grateful for the hard work that I put in, for so many years, grinding it out. I wake up and I'm like, there's a moment where I'm like, proud of myself, if you will, because I just know how hard it was for so long, and so many years, the blood, sweat, and tears put into it. But honestly, one thing that I'm even more proud of, more than anything, is just where dancing has come in the past, 10 years or so. Just the appreciation, the love. It's kind of funny how 10 years ago, a guy would come up to me and, in a football jersey or something, he'd be like, "Hey man, don't tell anybody, but my wife thinks you're a great dancer, or just don't say anything, but I love dancing and I love what you do." And now it's there's zero there's zero whispering about it. It's just I love dancing. It's incredible, because I think people realize that it is athletic. It's a sport. It is, you have Super Bowl champions. You have, people who are the most well-respected athletes in the world who talk about dancing in a way as it should be, which is, this athletic art form. And that's what World of Dance showcases so well, is this level of athleticism, this Olympic level of athleticism, and then turn into artistry. It's just a beautiful combination. So, it warms my heart to see, like you were saying before, where my personal journey is I was bullied at school, for being a dancer. And now it's amazing to see that there's kids who are the most popular kid in their school because they dance.
Yeah.
And for me, that warms my heart. It really does. So yeah, very proud of that.
Well, and you should be proud.
That journey that dance has had.
You should be proud, Derek, that you are part of that evolution. Dance is finally having the moment it deserves. Derek Hough, thank you so much for your time.
I appreciate it. Thanks so much, man.
Great to see you. And a reminder to our viewers, you can watch the season premiere of World of Dance tonight at 9 p.m. right here on KPRC Channel 2. And we'll be right back with more Houston Life. Welcome back. Many have found ways to cope and stay productive in quarantine. And for one local singer, these trying times have been a source of inspiration for music. Our friend Sarah Grace shared an update with us on how she's been doing, plus a special performance of her brand new song, Funny You Ask.
Hey Courtney and Derek, it's Sarah Grace, and I miss y'all so much. I haven't seen y'all in forever, and I have so much to update y'all on, but we'll have to wait for that. I hope that y'all are doing really, really well in this crazy time. I don't even know what to think about it. I've just been writing a ton of music, trying to make the best use of all of this free time that I have, which I'm totally not used to having because I'm used to going to school, being in all my crazy classes, being in all my ensembles, being in my band. So I guess it's kind of nice to have some downtime. I don't know. I love being busy. Anyways, I wanted to play y'all a new song that I actually wrote on the last day of school that I had. My school got canceled on March 13th. And that day I was actually staying after to watch a dance show at my school. And I was sitting in one of the practice rooms playing, and I wrote this song, and it's actually really, really perfect for this time because take my mind off the world for a little while. This is a song called Funny You Ask, and I hope y'all like it. For me, I started the car, but it stalled real fast. Ain't gonna get far with this much gas. Why am I running? Why am I running? Funny you ask. Why am I running? Why am I running? Way too fast. I'm gonna be free. Take my mind off the world for a little while. I wanna be free. Take my mind off the world for a little while. I wanna be free. Take my mind off the world for a little while. Yeah, thank you so much for having me on. I can't wait to see y'all again, and I hope that y'all stay safe and healthy during this crazy, crazy time. Bye, guys.
Sarah Grace, loads of talent. Thank you so much for that. And we do have a link to connect with Sarah Grace on our website, HoustonLife.tv.
She is so sweet. After the break, how you can find relief if you've been suffering from chronic sinus issues. That's right after the break.
Welcome back. If you or a loved one are suffering from chronic sinus issues, it's time to get help in a safe and friendly environment. Dr. Michael Kaplan of Kaplan Sinus Center is joining us now to share how you can start feeling and breathing better again. Doctor, it's great to see you there. I understand you guys are back open, so tell me, how is it? And I'm guessing you're probably slammed because a lot of people are complaining about issues right now.
Derek, you can only imagine how many people have been suffering at home, and they're finally ready to get out and seek help, and that's what we're here for.
And walk us through this, because typically in normal times, traditional times, when you've been here in Studio B, Dr. Kaplan, I know we've chatted with a lot of your patients who have explained their issues. Talk us through what this process works, because you say that you can help people breathe more easily with just 2 appointments.
On the first appointment, certainly you come in, we discuss what your symptoms are, I examine you. I've got my own CAT scan machine here, which shows me a very high-tech picture of the anatomy of your nose and sinuses, what's blocked, what's open, what you need, what the options are. And at the next visit, if you're a good candidate, I can dilate your sinuses, make more room in your nose to breathe. And then within a week or two, consistently, I'd say 90% of the people easily are breathing better than they have in years.
It's incredible. So you just mentioned, doctor, a good candidate. What makes a good candidate, or who would be a good candidate for the balloon sinuplasty procedure?
Sure. Someone who's been suffering from chronic congestion, pressure headaches, drainage down the back of the throat, possibly loss of smell mixed in with that, itchy nose, difficulty breathing, all of those things. If you've been treated medically and not getting better, that's what we're here for, Kaplan Sinus Relief.
It's really amazing how hard people's symptoms can hit them, Dr. Kaplan. And I know living here in Houston, we have a lot of different things in our air and our environment that could cause people to experience some of the symptoms we're seeing on the screen right now. When does someone know that it's bad enough that they need to actually do something about it?
Derek, it's about quality of life. And I'll tell the people out there listening to this, it's about your quality of life. When you're having difficulty with your symptoms, it's not well controlled with over-the-counter medications, antibiotics, nasal sprays such as Flonase, Nasacort. When you're suffering and you're not getting better, that's when you can come to see me.
And that constant irritation, too. I mean, I know people who use a prescription nasal spray literally every single day just because they are so desperate to have relief. And sometimes if that person is snoring at night, it can be very disruptive to the home environment, right? And their partner in bed.
Those symptoms can cause such severe congestion that not only you're snoring, your partner's not sleeping, your partner leaves the room or forces you to leave the room. But I'm telling you, as I get you to breathe better, many, many, many times as a result of that, your snoring, if it doesn't resolve, it improves tremendously to the point where your partner's thanking you for taking care of it. This procedure can, in a way, be a gift to your partner because it brings you two back together.
Yeah.
And we've been under a lot of stress these last few months. Anything I can do to bring people together is something that I'm willing to do. I'm willing to work with the people, whatever I can do to help do it in a way that's easiest on them.
Yeah, and I know I'm chuckling a little bit, but I know you're 100% serious. This can affect someone's relationship. How many couples have you met who they tell you one person is sleeping in the other room just so their partner can get some sleep at night?
Oh yeah, every week I see it every week, and it's magnified by the stress that so many couples have been under these last few months, for sure.
Let's talk about the safety of your office, because I know you guys you're going through this very stringent sanitation process. Some people may have concerns, but I understand you're following all the CDC guidelines to ensure that your patients are totally safe when they come to visit you.
Derek, we've superseded the guidelines. We're not only wearing masks and gloves, oftentimes head covers, wearing gowns. We're cleaning the rooms infinitely better than ever before. We're even bringing in what are called air scrubbers in the room to clean and purify the air using negative pressure to suck out any air particles. N95 masks, eye covers. And we're asking the families to wait in their cars if the waiting room is too congested, making sure that we're adhering to all the social distancing guidelines. It is not just effective and a safe treatment, it's in a safe environment, especially with regards to COVID.
Let's talk about the recovery time. And I know we've had so many of your patients on our show talk about how quickly they've gotten back to work. Some of them have had the procedure, the balloon sinuplasty procedure, on a Friday, back to work on Monday. How common is that for real, doctor, that people can be back to their normal routine so fast?
That's expected. There are many times where I can get a patient back to work the next day. But I promise you that 99% of the patients that I operate on a Friday are back to work on a Monday. There's no packing of the nose. There's no bruising of the face or eyes. It's much easier recovery than it would have been if one had been in the operating room.
That's
Much
amazing.
easier.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about insurance, because I understand the balloon sinuplasty procedure is covered by most medical health plans. True?
Sure. It's covered by all major medical insurance plans, Medicare, and certainly all those plans are verified by our office even before the patient comes in. And, you know, all that information is in front of us, and we impart that information immediately to the patient. It's well covered by insurances.
Well, Dr. Michael Kaplan, it's great to see you. Again, I am not surprised that your appointment calendar is filling up. Thank you for helping us to breathe a little easier.
You bet. Be safe.
And to our viewers, if you would like to schedule an appointment to see Dr. Kaplan, you can call 713-766-0204 or visit them online, kaplansinusrelief.com. We'll be right back.
All the way.
And coming up on tomorrow's show, it's Wine Club Wednesday. Sommelier Sean Beck does a virtual wine tasting with 3 affordable wines under $14. We're going to sip a rosé, a red, a white, and wines are already posted on our social media. If you want to grab them tonight and taste with us tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, they are a great deal. Also, what will travel look like after COVID-19? 5 trends to be on the lookout for, from the road trip boom that's underway right now to what domestic versus international travel will look like. Our travel expert will be here with some answers to those questions. And Courtney, it's nice to see you. Our viewers might be wondering, we had some technical problems on today's show. The signal went down, your mic was having trouble, but you're back for the last 15 seconds of the show. You look better than ever. How you feeling?
Still here eating my lunch, okay? Everything's good. Looking forward to Wine Club Wednesday.
It's one of those days. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.